It's a very strange paradox that we live in. And ladies, I gotta say, this is the future you chose, okay? Part of me is like, you know what? This feels insanely petty, and you should be an adult about this, sir. Come on, don't be so childish. But at the same time, understand. I overstand, okay? This is coming to us from the New York Post. Mississippi politician tells female reporter she can't interview him unless she's with a man. This is written by Chris Perez. Now, I got to say, this is Robert Foster, the Republican candidate for governor of Mississippi. And doesn't he look like this really weird combination of Jason Sudeikis, Ben Affleck, and John Ritter? Like, I see a little bit of all three of those gentlemen in this one guy. But let's get into the article. A Republican candidate for Mississippi governor told a female reporter that he couldn't be interviewed by her unless she was accompanied by a male colleague, later claiming that he was following the Billy Graham rule. I just wanted to keep things professional, said GOP hopeful Robert Foster in a radio interview on Tuesday. The female reporter, Larison Campbell of Mississippi Today, had been asking to go on a ride-along with Foster when his campaign director reportedly refused on his behalf. In two phone calls this week, Robinson, Foster's campaign director, said a male colleague would need to accompany Campbell on an upcoming 15-hour campaign trip because they believed the optics of the candidate with a woman, even a working reporter, could be used in a smear campaign to insinuate an extramarital affair, Campbell wrote in a column Tuesday. And he's not wrong. I mean, there have been accusations flung out for less. The only reason you think that people will think I'm having an improper relationship with your candidate is because I am a woman. Yeah, she reportedly told Robinson, to which he said, can't risk it. Like, yes, I'm sorry, but yeah, it is simply because you are a woman. Perception is everything. I keep want to call him Robinson because I'm just used to seeing that N right there. Robinson added, according to Campbell, we are so close to the primary. If trackers were to get a picture and they put out a mailer, we wouldn't have time to dispute it. And that's why we have to be careful, which is a very sound argument. You know, this is very, like, I mean, I do believe there's a level of pettiness involved in here on candidate Foster's side, but it comes from a very genuine place of concern because, yeah, we live in the era now. We're in the era where any little thing can completely derail anyone's ambitions for the most part. Foster, a first-term state lawmaker, corroborated Campbell's claims in a tweet late Tuesday, saying he was only trying to be respectful towards his wife. That's nice. Before our decision to run, my wife and I made a commitment to follow the Billy Graham rule, which is to avoid any situation that may evoke suspicion or compromise of our marriage. Foster said, I am sorry Miss Campbell doesn't share these views, but my decision was out of respect of my wife. So, you know, I mean, why can't Mississippi Today just send a guy out there to do it? But, you know, my sexism and everything else like that. Like, no, this is what the candidate would prefer. So you have to be accommodating to the candidate. This really shouldn't be a story. Vice President Mike Pence used a similar excuse. Why are you calling it an excuse? Back in 2002, when he reportedly told The Hill that he refuses to eat alone with any woman other than his wife, which is, I mean, I understand the left being, hey, yeah, men and women are completely equal, but there are a lot of caveats that go along with that, guys. In our case, it was a female reporter asking to ride along, and my campaign director is in and out and gone sometimes, Foster explained in his radio interview Wednesday. It's just going to be a lot of opportunities for an awkward situation I didn't want to put myself in. The gubernatorial candidate added, there's only one person that comes to mind more than anyone, and that's my wife. I've always had the same practice in business. I'm not alone with a female employee, and I put myself in a situation to have a he said, she said moment. Foster was receiving backlash Wednesday in response to his decision and issued multiple statements in response. As I anticipated, the liberal left lost their minds over the fact that I choose not to be alone with another woman, he tweeted. They can't believe that even in 2019, someone still values their relationship with their wife and upholds their Christian faith. Hours later, he added, "I will not be intimidated into a corner or of silence by a group of radical socialists and communists whose goal in life is to dismantle America. In fact, I'm looking forward to fighting their radical left-wing agenda." So Mr. Affleck Seducus Ritter, he's doubling down, and particularly in Mississippi, yeah, you definitely have to respect that. See, Mississippi isn't New York, I mean, they were part of the Confederacy. Like, they definitely take the Southern values and their Christian beliefs very, very seriously. So I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up making a lot of hay off of this, particularly when you look at, like I said, often a lot of the news that the Democratic or blue or liberal side have been making over the last 3 or 4 years. And this is smart on him. But ladies, this is the future you chose. All right. I mean, this is the situations in which the overabundance of Me Too's is created a necessity for gentlemen to take this type of stance, and they're 130% correct in it. So with that being said, all the internet things, like it if you liked it, or dislike it. I'm not scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice. Share, because sharing is caring, and YouTube's definitely not going to do it. And speak. Let me know. What do you think in the comments? Do you think he's overreacting? Do you think that it's good that he he has placed his wife in such an elevated state? Because that is his wife, and that's the person he has. Before he's committed to even the people of Mississippi, he's committed to her. So all that being said, until the next one.